lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Welcome to Monday. How's everybody doing today? Charles McCutchen here. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to tell people about it, but you may hear it when it happens. So just stand by, and I'm going to go from there. But today, I've been speaking to a lot of people, and I stay on the finance piece only because I just know, with everything inside me, we so desperately need help. And I stay on the finance piece, and when I say help, I'm looking at from the credit side of things. We are $1 trillion in debt on the credit side of things. It's just crazy to me. So I'm going to stick on the finance. But for those who don't know, this is Charles's Corner. My name is Charles McCutchen. I'm your favorite entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for many, many years. I've been doing real estate for many years. It led to me getting a nonprofit, writing books, become a best-selling author, to getting out there on TV, to doing radio shows, and it's just been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing journey, and I didn't do it all by myself. Just to let everybody know, I'm not doing it by yourself. You're going to need help at some point, sometime, some fashion. So my thing is, look for the help. It's okay to get help. And a lot of us don't want to for one reason or another, and I get it. I used to be that guy. I was a guy that you couldn't tell me anything, and that's just how I live my life. Because I don't have anybody that, I can fall back on and say, if this don't work out, I can just call up. I'm not that guy. It's either you do or you die type of deal. So that's how I work with what I work with. So that's what I want to do. But I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm going to see if it's going to work. just bear with me here, and you'll hear about it in a second. I'm hungry. I don't know about everybody else, but my thing is I pride myself on just putting the work in. And, whenever I put out information, I like to let people know who I am because, just like I just got asked the question, are you doing this stuff? And everything I give out, I've already done, or I'm working on it right now. So stuff that somebody else has done without me being the credible person to say, I did it and I did it this way. So I pride myself on what I've done so I can get anybody to say, okay, well, this is what I did to do it. And that's why I put the information out the way I put it. I put out so much information. I mean, I learned so many things because I go to a lot of seminars and I attend a lot of classes and stuff like that. So the stuff that I learned, I put out, and, some people say, I have some people that look at me like I'm crazy, like, why would you put that out? And let me tell y'all the bigger reason, because I know we need more. We need more insight, more resources, more help. We need to come together more on the economic level so we can move farther. And the old African proverb, if you want to go fast, you should go by yourself. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I'm big on going farther than where I am. I know that for a fact I can't do everything I'm doing by myself. I have a lot of different industries and a lot of different people that I work with and rely on for quality information. And so when I get it and I make moves with it, I go ahead and I give it to people to say, hey, take it and run with it. And the sad part is this. I'm going to put it out to everybody, and this is going to be recorded so you can, use the information if you want and give it to anybody you want to give it to. I give out as much as I can. The one thing I can't do, and I have other people that, they try me on this, and I've done it before in the past, I can't just give somebody all my time every day. It doesn't really work that way. I have a lot of people calling me, and I get it. everybody wants information, and I put up links and stuff like that. And I say, go to this website and grab that information. And then this one lady was like, well, what do I do after I get there? I said, read. Just read. You have to really get in there, and we have to become good stewards of our programs and stuff like that. So I have a nonprofit. I've had it going on 2 years, and I started learning so much about nonprofits, but it started way back for me in the real estate world of things. So I do real estate as an investor. I never had a license. I never will get one. I just like being an investor. I build as well and do single-family homes, commercial. It's all real estate to me. So as I'm doing real estate along my journey, I was working with a lot of group homes, a lot of nonprofits, and I was finding them properties for their people to go in. And so as I'm starting to learn that process, I got with a mentor of mine, and he started showing me different things about how the nonprofit works, and I was just amazed by it, but I just didn't know what direction I wanted to take my nonprofit. And so he got my mentor, I was working with him, he got a building donated, 36-unit building, and I was like, wow. And they literally just gave it to him. The bank gave it to him. And I was like, this is amazing. And so he started showing me how to do all that stuff, because I was already finding the houses for, like I said, for nonprofits, and people were putting people in there. And I was like, wow, why don't I just do this myself? So I started my nonprofit back when, and it was helping homeless veterans. And it just was amazing how much we don't know about nonprofits that are out there. And so I started writing books, helping people with real estate and understanding that. And then we have these big deals come out in the millions, and I'm starting to look for funding. Once you get into the millions and you're looking for money, there's not a lot of people that can stroke a check that's going to just give you a few million. Now, you can do real estate and get $150,000, $300,000, to get in the house and stuff like that. So I started doing a lot of research on my own to say, okay, where's the money? And this is what I found out, family. This is what I found. I found that the money, like the real money, the most money, the biggest pot of money is federal money, federal contracts. There's nothing that there's 500 million, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, but 500 million, and 23% of that goes to small business owners. And it's broken down by, if you're a person of color, if you've been in the military, if you're disabled, if you're a woman. So women right now, and I'm just going to put it out there, women, if you are a woman of color, that community of women are leaving over $1 billion with a B in dollars on the table because there's not that many people putting in contracts to get funded. I'm just telling you what I know. It's about 4.6% of the 5% that women get, and that comes to a little bit over $1 billion of money that's being left on the table. Now, this is what I do know. Out of the government contracts that are out there, and as a nonprofit, you can do government contracting as well. So out of the government contracts that are out there, as far as the funding goes, it's harder to find something that the government doesn't buy. It's harder to find. I mean, government buys from the state level, local level, red velvet cupcakes. They have people who do lawn care, child care, people who house it. So they buy so much. And there's different certifications out there. So along my journey, I'm going to go get these certifications. I'm retired military, disabled military. I'm a minority-owned business owner as well. So I have those certifications. So I'm going through the process, and I'm finding these companies that's willing to help me out. So this is what I will tell everybody that's listening right now. Whenever you're starting to look at these different entities that will help you out into getting the different certifications that you're going for, one company was charging me $500 to do my veteran-owned certification. Now, I will tell you that is a free certification, but they try to charge me $500. Another thing I see is business owners out there paying companies to get their EIN, the Employment Identification Number. That's a free service right there. You can go to www.irs.gov. So these are free things that we don't know about. Even Dun & Bradstreet number. A lot of business owners, small business owners, don't have a clue what Dun & Bradstreet is. If you're going to be in business and be serious, you have to get a Dun & Bradstreet number. It's like a Social Security number for you in business around the world. Like
truthfully, the world. So there's this thing that we need to do to get better in doing what we're doing. So what I do, and I know some of y'all know me and some of y'all don't, I put information all over social media, put it on YouTube. I do conference calls. I do like a Monday conference call every Monday at 6 p.m. And it's, for me, it's about financial freedom. It's about getting your time back. So the little things that we do, and we setting up our businesses, I don't care which type of business you have. I don't care if you have a nonprofit, if you want to do government contracting, you want to do real estate, you want to do whatever it is you want to do, a restaurant, set your business up to receive all of the money, right? Some of the money. And that's where we're wrong. And I'm going to show you some different things while I'm speaking. As I'm going through this, you're going to see where we didn't learn some of the stuff. I don't know why it's not being taught, but I go out, I'm a speaker as well, so I go out to these universities and I tell these students, hey, this is what you need to do, right? You know, giving them wrong information. To using your nonprofit, this is what I'm going to work to get over. And I'm not going to try to keep people long, but I'm going to run through this stuff, and that's why I just want to just run through it. Steps in how to use a nonprofit, government contracting, and I call it true business credit. That's so you're not responsible and you're separating your personal from your business. If you don't have that, at some point in time, you may get caught. I'm just going to tell you that way. Mistakes nonprofits make, local agencies that's going to help you for free. You have how to get the houses and the vehicles. I'm going to bring that up. That's going to come back around. Nonprofits should seek out the local companies first. A lot of people want to go to state and want to go national, and they haven't even done anything. How you should set your business up to receive all of the funding, not just some of it. Start. Somebody just asked me the other day, and I don't think she liked my answer. I have a couple of groups that, you know, for credit and funding and federal contracts and government contracts and stuff like that. And the lady asked, well, I'm looking for a grant for my startup business. And so what I do in a lot of these groups, I've already I've done what I could to exhaust all the means and how we get the money. So I've done, you know, and I tell people, please, you know, add some information to it. If you know where some other money is that we have access to, other than what I've already posted, you know, please put it up there, because I researched this stuff. And so the lady didn't like my answer. I said, well, you just asked a question, and another guy just asked like the same question: how do you get money for your startup? And I said, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see, you know, where the guy answered the question, and he didn't like what I asked. So I was like, you know, well, if you find something better, please let me know. But, you know, I've done my exhaustive research and where's the money? A lot of business owners, from my experience, are not just getting grants. And there are grants out there, but this is what I know. 90%, I'm going to say over the 90% of grants are not even online. So all the nonprofits and everybody, even the new business owners or business owners that's looking for funding in the form of a grant, 9 out of 10, what we're going to do, we're going to go online and start looking for grants. And you're not probably going to find the ones that you're going to look for. It's like a needle in a haystack, looking for just 10% of the grants. But they're out there. They're just with privately held companies. So I'm not saying that you can't get a grant as a business startup, but you better have that. Let's go all the way back to your business plan. A lot of us don't even have those, and you know, that's a whole nother baby we can discuss. Now, why the majority of business won't get a grant? Because more of the grants are given to nonprofits, and I'm just going to throw my thought process out here. I personally feel, this is just me speaking, I'm not giving any legal advice, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant. I personally feel that businesses are giving to nonprofits because they can get that tax write-off. That hits on the IRS. I think it's letter 5436, a letter 5346, whatever it is. It's a letter stating that you are tax exempt. That letter is so powerful that a lot of people don't even know what they have their hands on when they have it. They don't know that they can use that to get the vehicle donated to them or get the housing donated to them, but they don't know how to use that particular letter. So my thing is, when you get your letter, the goal is these companies out here are mandated, if y'all know it or not, they're mandated to give to nonprofits, not that they have to give to yours. Some of these companies, if it's not a private, privately held, they're mandated to give a certain percentage to nonprofits, whether it be a voucher or whether it be something to nonprofits. So you just got to figure out, where you're going to go with yours and how you get it. So I'm going to go over some stuff about the grants, and there's going to be some tips that you can use if you want to write your own. my thing is learn enough to get a better understanding of what these people are going to do for you. I say that with everything I do. Even people that want me to do their nonprofit or their grant or stuff like, or their credit, I say, I want you to go do your own due diligence first. And I know a lot of us don't want to, and I get it. Probably only like 10% of us going to really get down and dirty, and the rest is going to just, I pay people to do stuff for me as well. And I'm big on paying the professional. I will pay the professional, the lawyer, the CPA, what have you. It doesn't matter to me. I just know they know what they're doing. But what I say is understand, have a better understanding of what that person is supposed to be doing for you. So I'm meeting people right now that I'm helping them out now because they went to a few other people for their business credit, their true business credit, and it's been months or it's been 3 weeks and they not getting any leeway. And I said, well, what are they doing for you? And they start breaking stuff down for me. I'm like, ooh, it doesn't sound right for me. And that's all I can give you is what I know. I don't know what other people are doing. All I know is what I did to do what I needed to do to get it. And the biggest thing I'm big on is personal credit and getting funded. Most of us go to banks. That's all we know. We go to a bank and they give us like $15,000, but you need like $50,000. They're going to give you almost just enough to keep you on life support or keep you on life support, and then you use that up and go back and they give you just a little bit more. So bank funding, but true business credit gives you 5 to 10 times as much as a bank will. So if you only got $15,000 from a bank, you could get $75,000, $150,000, $250,000 from true business credit that you're not responsible for. And I will put this up against anybody. And a lot of people don't understand it when I say this. One guy in the financial industry, he was going back and forth on Facebook in the open in a group with about 40,000 people. And he was like, it doesn't exist. And I said, well, this is what you can do. Go check out Walmart and check out their business credit and how they have stuff set up. And then you can check out every other company that has it. If they have it, what do you mean it doesn't exist? And I said, just because you don't know how to do it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And he said, well, how does that even work? And he said, if you can show me this, I'll make you a millionaire. I said, sir, you missed the bubble. Sell me on money. You can't sell me on time. I told him I have 100% of my time. I work hard at what I do, but I do a lot of research. And the worst thing you can do is try to look at some information that you have no clue about and just deny it, because we should all still be learning. Nobody knows everything. And he couldn't get past that part that he didn't know something and he'd been in the industry. And he started throwing a little few insults, but I'm not that guy. So I gave him some documentation and sent him on his way. And that's what I do. I'm about documentation. That's what I want each and every one of y'all to look at. Do your due diligence, please. Please do your due diligence. I'm a sponge for information, and I find so much stuff. Some of it I can use, some of it I can't. I offload it, and I say take what you can use and then leave the rest. So if I had to start all over, starting a restaurant, a barbershop, a dental office, any type of a nonprofit, and I had to start all the way from the back, this is what I would do. I would start with the business name and I would start, and this is the way to get the funding. And the reason I brought this up, the biggest reason I brought this up, because we all know most businesses fail within 3 to 5 years. And a big reason for that is because lack of funding. And if I gave each of y'all right now $10 million, y'all would do some remarkable things with the money. Y'all would grow and then help this person and plant these crops, and then it will be contagious, the stuff that we can do if we had the right money. So I went and broke business down to a science, and to break business down to a science is 2 M&Ms, money and marketing. That's what it comes down to. And if you have your money set up from the start to where you can get access to it, you're better off than trying to double back or not having enough funding so you can't expand. So you kind of, you constrict yourself to doing just what you can. And that's where a lot of businesses lie. A lot of us are on just through the motions. So if I had to start all over again, what I would do, I would get my business name. And your business name can be red flag depending on what type of business you have. Everything is business. Your business email. You can't use Gmail. Can't use Yahoo. You can't use AOL. You can't use Hotmail. It needs to be a business email. You need a business address. It can be a virtual address. Don't use a home address. number, which is free. You can pick out your entity. You can get with a lawyer or find somebody in that industry to figure out what's the best entity for you. Your business phone number. It can't be your cell phone number. Let me tell you what I did along my journey to become. I became a lender on this journey. I became a lender only because I kept getting denied from getting true business credit. So what's the best way to do? Jump in the industry. Now I learned the industry from the inside. And so as I learned it from the inside, I found out that the computer, when we submit our application saying, hey, I want this money from you, Mr. Lender or Miss Lender, we submit our application, the computer is going to recognize you have a cell phone, and it's going to deny you. It's going to recognize you have a Gmail, and it's going to deny you. It's going to recognize you have a home address, and it's going to deny you. And the reason it's going to deny you, there's thousands of people trying to get loans. The computer's going to sift through all that nonsense and all the garbage and kick all of them out because a lot of them are scams. And you might as well have the computer to do all that. And after you get through that process, and, get your fax number, 411, set up everything like that, with Dun & Bradstreet, with Business Equifax, Business Experience, the computer will kick it out and say, okay, this meets our qualifications. Now we can get a real person to look at it. And I'm telling y'all from a position of strength. That's where I came from so I can have a better understanding because I got denied 5 times for getting true business credit. True meaning I'm not responsible for the money. And if anybody has anything remotely as sweet as that, please come talk to me, please. Now, I'm going to go over some things for grants. And this is for business owners, for-profit and non-profit. I'm just going to run through this stuff real quick. So when you're going for grants, you have to look at the entity that's giving the grant. Everything is not cookie cutter. There's so many different guidelines and stuff like that. So what you can do with that specific entity, and most of them are more open, you request the guidelines and any annual reports or pertinent information before you send out any type of grant proposal. And I told y'all before, 90% of grants are not even posted online. So you might hear it through word of mouth and things like that only because they're privately held. So if your organization is a national one, you have, a lot of people go national, and I say stay local. You don't have to go that big. You can stay local and look for funding sources. And that's what these, I call them lenders. Lenders are looking, they're sitting on the board. They're looking for, okay, what are you doing now? Let's say you don't get this money. What are you doing for your organization? Well, we ain't doing nothing. Negative. You can't be saying, I'm not doing nothing. Well, from a local level, what we're doing is X, Y, and Z from a local level. And then, and then you get to know who's on the board. I don't care if you got to take them to lunch. I'm telling you, you have to do what you have to do. If they have money to give, I don't know what you will do for your organization, but, what I'm willing to do is then you getting a grant or not. And getting a grant could be, 10,000, 20, 100, 150,000, a million, depending on how big your organization is. The money is out there. They're giving it to somebody. You have to get on their docket, in a sense, or in their face to let them know, I'm doing great stuff in this organization. It's going to help a lot of people, and you have, your stuff all lined out and stuff like that. Make sure you have client testimonials if you have it. If you don't, that's something you have to work with. It's just looking at your information. Everybody likes testimonials. And a lot of people want to wait till the last minute to start the grant or even to get the grant, and then that's just not, it's not going to go over well with the board when you just send it in and it's days late. It's all about asking for information, but ask for the right information, because some people ask for information that's on the website or ask for information that they already put out. That doesn't look well for the organization that you're trying to get the money from. When you put in the proposals, you can just ask the progress. You can say, what's going on with the grant? And I know you may not have a lot of time depending on where you are in your nonprofit or if you're working with a nonprofit. I was working with nonprofits before my nonprofit, and I'm still working with nonprofits as I'm with my nonprofit, because some nonprofits have been out longer than me and give me more insight in what we're supposed to do. So we just went through, I got one nonprofit, we just got a house donated, or three houses donated, just rented out one of them, rehabbed it, rented it out as early as last week. But just to see the process, like, wow, you go through the process and like, wow, this really works. Like, you can really get houses donated or at a steep discount. But you're going to need the HUD certification on it from the banks. if you want to get, a bank-type asset. And if you go to www.hud.com, HUD.com, or no, .gov, sorry. I love .gov sites, so a lot of .gov sites are free. So you got HUD.gov, and you actually pull that information. You had to be in business about 2 years. And you got to fill out the little application. Follow the rules for the grant makers. Some of the private owned money, you can't do X, you can't do Y, you can't do Z. If you want money, keep with it. If you don't, then let it go. And it's okay. But you just follow the steps in there. So I'm going to go over a lot of, things that I came about, that I saw, that I see nonprofits doing, and as far as when you write the grants, and when you doing government contracts, I'm just going to stuff that just comes to mind is I still see companies that have been out there, like nonprofits that have been out there for years, and they still doing little $10, buy this T-shirt or a little food stuff, and it's like at some point in time we have to graduate. We got to graduate and say, okay, I'm gonna, we graduated, and now we're doing, bigger and better things. It's like, when are you gonna graduate? It's crazy that I see it like that, but I still see it, and I see some people with some great organizations out there, but they kind of hold themselves back. You're kind of holding yourself back. So some of you want to start a nonprofit. I'm just going to run through some of the things you need for the nonprofit. Then I'm going to talk about some people that already have a nonprofit where you may have to go change some information around so you can get more funding. Okay, I have a checklist that I sent out too. So I have a checklist for grants. I have a checklist for nonprofits. You want to have a nonprofit, but quick checklist for the nonprofit. You selecting the name, your location, where you're going to host your organization, the purpose, the board members. If you need a registered agent, which I would say get one. If you're going to incorporate, you're going to need articles. You're going to have a draft to set of bylaws. You're going to submit your documentation, and you're going to wait for your letter. That's kind of like quick and down and dirty, but I have, like I said, a spreadsheet that kind of breaks down what we're doing in the nonprofit, what we should be doing, not just you by yourself, but, to get some help. You can actually use that document, and people that see that document, they like, wow, I didn't know we had to do all this. I'm like, yeah, brothers, that's a job in and of itself. You can actually get paid in a nonprofit, in a sense, is earn a salary, but it should be commensurate to another company. Like if you're the CEO, you should get paid like the CEO. But if you only bring in $50,000, you should be making $80 as a CEO of a nonprofit. So I tell people just do it, and I would say 95 to 98% of the time, everybody doing it on the up and up. Then you got that small few people that's going to act up and be taking, first class jets and stuff like that, showing out. And that's not what a nonprofit is about. It's not about, we about to make this money. It's about, okay, how are we going to help the community out in doing this? And I've seen, as far as nonprofits are concerned, I've seen people get them done by lawyers, people get them done by other people, 4,000, 10,000, whatever. I say get the right information first before you decide to have them do your nonprofit. So on the government side of things, what you have is a lot of people just kind of we're not touching the government side of things because I guess we think it's too hard. I don't know. I don't have a good reason of why we're not going for it, because there's so much. It's so much out there, and it's so much at stake that we don't know. So there's women-owned small businesses out there for the government side. So if you have a nonprofit, you're a woman-owned small business, what have you. There's service-disabled veterans. There's, if you can be in a historically underutilized business zone, so you can get those contracts out there. And right now, that's like at $3.5 million. And that's with no bidding. Like, you don't have to bid on the contract, and there's $3.5 million out there. And it's just amazing to me how much money we're leaving on the table. The best one that I've seen thus far is an 8A business development certification. And you can actually get sole source contracts. And that's up to $5.5 million each with no bidding. Like, you can be the only person in there as well. Crazy how much money and funding that's out there that we just kind of just walk by. But I think what happens is a lot of people get confused on the money part, and we just kind of go through the motion and don't really go after it because we may have got stopped or something didn't work out. And I get that from a lot of people, even doing a nonprofit. Some people I say, well, how are you going along with a nonprofit? These are people I spoke to last year. I'm talking about like 365 days last year. I didn't do it because, and just like the government contract, it just, I didn't get certified because, it's like we have to go through it, y'all. I don't care how bad or it gets. Everything is going to continue to happen, in life. So it's just more of getting the right information, take a little bit of time out, even on the weekend or during the week, and say, okay, I'm going to go to the library. There's some good resources at the library. There is www.sba.gov. That is a great resource to get information on the government side of things. Nonprofit side of things and the free housing and the cars and stuff like that. The housing, you go to HUD.gov, and your nonprofit letter that you receive from the IRS, you can use that to get the cars. And what I'll do, I'm going to put up, oh my goodness, there's so much to it. There's a number on it. You probably can do a search online and probably find it faster than I'm thinking about it. But there's a number of a form, and I don't want to give you the wrong form, but it's a number of a form for a nonprofit that we can actually submit to, like, let's say you wanted a 8-passenger van. You can go to Lexus if you want to, and talk to the person there that can make this decision and talk to them about getting you an 8-passenger van for your nonprofit. But you have to have your stuff in order. So I would rather you read an order and then go to the table and say, hey, yeah, this is what I want to do. I have this information right here. I don't know the actual, let me think. Let me see if I have it. I don't know the actual number on it. It may be, and I'm going to throw it out there, big dog, Form 8283. Look up Form 8283, and that's when you get something donated. So you can actually fill that paperwork out for them and have a better understanding. Hold on for 1 second. And you can actually fill that out for them and have a better understanding of how the process works so you can get stuff donated. Now, see, we can get everything donated, y'all. Like for the rehab we did, we got stuff donated for the rehab. And that's what a lot of people don't understand of what we need to do. You can get stuff donated from food. When you're doing these things and you're doing seminars or whatever, you get trying to get people to donate, the food that you have there, you can go to Sam's Club and fill out the information. And I know I filled out one online to get food donated. You need to do it like 6 to 8 weeks before your event. And you can get stuff donated, y'all. We don't do that stuff, though. We just kind of come out of pocket and pay for all this stuff. So it's like we're just breaking even. We're kind of just going through the motions, breaking even with this stuff. So that's kind of like where I wanted to go. The last thing I want to touch on is credit. Credit can get you funded as well. I mean, I would say if you have to use it. But, the goal is to separate personal from credit. So then you don't have anything in your name. Everything is in your business name. So if anybody were to sue you because we are in a super society, then, you can't be touched. And I look at like the Warren Buffett of the world and how he has over 80 businesses, but he don't have stuff in his name. You see that Berkshire Hathaway for the real estate stuff. Now you're going to start seeing it everywhere. Stuff is not in his name, and we need to be the same way. We need to take stuff out of our name just in case you were to get from the legal aspect. And I'm not giving y'all legal advice, just giving y'all stuff that I've already done that you can go research for yourself. Hope that's okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the recording right here, and I'm going to ask, y'all can ask some questions if you want to, and direct you to where you need to go. Like I said, I give out a lot of information. Some of this stuff is on YouTube. Some of it's on my page. I've got it on Instagram, LinkedIn. I just put it all over the place, Facebook. But my email is charlesmspeaks@yahoo.com. That's CHARLES, the letter M. Speaks is SPEAKS@yahoo.com. Bear with me because I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of phone calls, I work with a lot of people, and just my thing is about results. That's all I'm about. I'm about results. We can talk about it, but we can make moves and make results at the same time. That's what I like to do.
So what I want to do for everybody, if you reach out to me, I will respond. And if I don't, please just hit me up. And it's okay. I don't look at myself as, bigger than anybody or anything like that. And I do make mistakes. I am human. And, that's just a part of life. So I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to do bigger things. I want everybody to help somebody else in the capacity that you can help them, to where it's, we just kind of picking each other up as we're going along this journey to financial freedom. So everything I do, I look at it as part of the pieces of the big puzzle of financial freedom and how it all works together. So I want to thank Ms. Kimmy Robinson for getting me on the line. And I know Elation Radio is taking off and just doing some fantabulous things with the number of people and experts and professionals and just quality people that she pulls up, and everybody's helping each other out to move forward with that. I know Elation TV is coming as well, along with the Elation Magazine, and I'm just happy to be a part of this, to see the journey from way back when into now, and then to know what's going to happen in the future. I think that's just a blessing in and of itself. So I'm going to pray us out. Father God, thank you for allowing me to get on the call. Thank you for allowing those who get on to share the information with somebody. And please look out for those who are going through the struggle, because we know a lot is happening today, and we just trying to make it through life. And I know a lot of people want that helping hand, and if you can't receive the helping hand, I say be one. In your name we pray. Amen. Charles McCutchen, CharlesMSpeaks@yahoo.com. I'm signing out. I'm your favorite entrepreneur.
Shout out D on the track, Paint Music Media. Shout out DJ Lee Productions, and I'm Al Ken. But if you a game changer, got my head, my grind don't hide. Win, lose, or draw, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 I'm full court press. I pledge allegiance to the best. Ain't nothing left to give it that reverence that the Father gets. So every day I work the sweat, can get a flesh another rest. They say go hard or go home. I say just do whatever's best. It's evident I'm blessed and I work like it. Fight like a Viking. Fight like a lichen. The difference is I like it, so I shine like I'm lightning. So I'm going head to head with certain depth. Who you liking? Yeah. So it's time for coach to put me in. I'm strapping on my shoulder pads, lacing up my cleats, and then I'm gone with the wind. Like I'm gone in 60 seconds. You can't hold me, you can't check me. Check the memo, check the message running through. Like I'm baddest, I'm trucking whoever standing in my way. Ain't no way you gon' stop me. You better off to let me in. Cause I go hard, even though they say no way that I could win. Like I'm Brett Ford, I'ma ride this wave. My head to the sky, my grind don't hide. Win, lose, or draw, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 Yeah, I told you once before, my God came to change the game. Different outlook on to life, a different way to play the lane. Now my rushing yours is skyrocketing. Now I'm so insane. For the kingdom building, now my shot, it cannot be contained. So I'm gon' pray for change for myself and then what I can. I don't need no euros or no pesos or no money grams. Shout out to Wado, cause I know that he gon' play this fam. The FCA Sports Camp, Game Changer, Summer Jam. I don't need 100 grand to tell them that they need the lamb. It's heaven, it's just who I am. Al Kim, this where I stand. Man, I'm gon' play the fist. It's too deep to turn and quit. It's like I'm out from the trap to turn around, get back in it. Never that's so insane. It's evident your boy they chain. Like I'm Jack Johnson. The same year he changed his name. So I sacrifice my life for the cause just to win. And if you a game changer, let me see you represent. My grind don't hide. Win, lose, or draw, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. coach. Now put me in, coach. I'ma go hard.
I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard.
Cause I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game